From the Flock of Birds production studio, it's time for the Mountaineer Ramble with your hosts, John Covey Cole, Michael Covey, and Jack Kincaid. Now, let's join the guys and talk Mountaineer football.
The West Virginia Mountaineers, looking for their first 6-0 start since 2006, entertain TCU, which has won the last two meetings here in Morgantown. West Virginia up 8 spots to number 12 in this week's
Whoa. Why are you always stepping on my fun bits? These are my fun bits. Watch this. First play of the game. Enjoy.
Their last game was 2 weeks ago, a win over Kansas. West Virginia won the toss and deferred the selection. TCU will start on offense. And a short kickoff will be taken at the 7-yard line by Gray. And he fumbles the ball, and West Virginia has it. It's recovered by Nana Kyram, and the Mountaineers will have it inside the 20.
Great job by this West Virginia kickoff team. Setting the tone, getting a hand on the football.
Marvin Gross forcing the fumble. Kyram covers it up.
Excellent start.
If it can hold West Virginia to a field goal try. Howard throws, and the catch is made. First down, and it's a touchdown. Da'Keel Shorts into the end zone for WVU.
Third down play.
They rush 5. Hill in the pocket. Throws an interception. Picked off by Douglas. Tracked down from behind at the 35-yard line.
5 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Howard to the air on second down and 10. Pressure in the space. Throws one up for grabs. And it's caught by Shorts inside the 30-yard line. It's against TCU's defense. From the 22. Howard with time. Got him in. Touchdown. Shelton Gibson. It's Hicks on the cutback. And a good run for Hicks inside the 40-yard line. And Kyle Hicks, the only...
Almost a very costly mistake.
Brandon Hatfield just sneaks that one inside the right upright. And again, in West Virginia territory, but they only have 3 points so far. Up fake, Hill gets out of there. What a great play again by Kenny Hill. And throws to a sliding Jerrison Stewart. Hill to the air, got one-on-one coverage. A perfect back shoulder throw to Jalen Austin. TCU touchdown.
3 yards there, both.
32 penalty yards. Howard back to throw. Has somebody in the flat. It's caught by Jennings to the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. How about 3 of 90 yards or more? This one started on the 8-yard line. Howard looking, gonna air it out in traffic. And it's caught. Oh my goodness, what a catch by Durant in midfield. His defense trying to get off the field here on 3rd down and 4 as that pass is caught on the sideline by White. Molina with a season-long 38-yard field goal. 2nd and 9, play fake for Howard. Flushed out of the pocket. Howard throws into the end zone. A diving attempt. Did he get it? He did! Teron White!
Picture every single one of those wideouts to each of them.
Howard off of a play fake on 3rd and 9. In trouble. Sack back at the 43-yard line. That was a huge play by Matt Bosa. Well, it's true. And it's a 24-point lead for for Skylar Howard. West Virginia wins 34-10 over TCU. Greg McElroy, Tom Luganville, our entire crew. I'm Dave Pash. So long from Morgantown, where the party is on.
Guys, we are 6-0. Welcome back to the Mountaineer Ramble. I'm John Covey Cole. Got Jack Kincaid to my left, Michael Covey to my right. How you gonna cut off the highlight like that, man? Well, I guess
Something to show you.
well, if you want us to see your film bits, I guess it don't matter where we're at and what we're doing, huh? That was that's pretty good.
Wasn't it?
That was a great way to start the game.
That's how we,
And the momentum
what we like.
went from there, boys.
Jack loved it.
34-10, Mountaineers win again.
It's all right. 34-10. Moved up to the top 10 nationally.
Top 10.
10 and 18.
4 touchdowns. Skylar Howard, 16 for 23, 231 yards, which wasn't phenomenal, but it got the job done. No turnovers is the key thing in that, in my opinion. You're not turning the ball over, you're doing your job, buddy.
Somebody's been talking about this on the show, like no turnovers.
Is that the same guy that talks about the greedy backs and the greedy receivers?
Probably is.
Speaking of the greedy receivers, we had 6 different receivers this week.
Nasty.
Kill shorts, 4 of them, 74 yards and a touchdown.
Karan White, Javon Durant,
Shelton Gibson,
Gary
Jennings. I mean, that's what I love about this receiving core. You might cover, like Shelton Gibson, they've held him to not much the last couple of weeks, but we got other weapons.
We deep. We real deep.
Now,
we are.
Now, 2 of us went to that game, and I would say we were all 3 fairly impressed with it. Yes?
Yes. I was very impressed the last 2 weeks.
I really like what Coach had to say about it. I don't always agree with Coach, and I'm not always supposed to agree with Coach. But Coach said, and this is a near quote, but average on offense. TCU had something to do with that. I like that.
Yeah, totally.
That being said, a complete game on all sides, and he emphasized how efficient the offense was, and overall he was pleased.
The offensive line continues to impress. We actually got sacked 5 times, I think, Saturday, and that's actually one sack more than what we've had all season. So,
well,
they were getting in there, but it just wasn't enough.
As good as Howard was Saturday, a couple of those, you're holding on the ball too long. And you saw that he got a couple grounding calls too, which, much like that safety we've been talking about, I disagree with the call on the field.
We were talking before we come on the air about the alleged safety that all Mountaineer fans wanted him to call. Jack being one of them. Mikey, how do you feel about it?
In the stands.
In the stands. Now, mind you, they're in the stands. I'm watching it on TV with replay. Fast forward.
And just like every other call this season, you still didn't get it right when you reviewed it. How about that?
Where's the flag? Give me a flag. Somebody give me a flag.
He's referencing Texas. I don't know about him.
It's a safety.
I don't think it was a safety, but
you don't believe.
I believe.
What that is. You don't believe.
How about Russell Shell? Can we agree on that? Back-to-back 100-yard games.
Big time.
Greedy
back.
Greedy.
Doing his thing.
Just doing his thing.
Justin Crawford come in and took 1 snap. I don't know if I guess he's still hurt.
Still got that busted shoulder and working through that.
Well, I'm glad that we're able to sit him and rest him and not have to rely on him because, I mean, you can imagine what it would do to his, lack of a better word, ego if he's not able to perform for his team and not able to help him succeed.
Well, I'll tell you, in the second half, you've got a third quarter that it's been written about just a little bit. I didn't see it too much in the papers, but on the net. In the third quarter, we controlled everything but 4 plays, so 4 downs. So we had 2 really extended drives, one resulting in a field goal. The other one was the Karan White touchdown. But defense is off the field. Defense is getting to blow that
Justin
whole time.
Hart,
And we had another takeaway on the kickoff.
That's
Late
right.
in the third.
Yes,
3
sir.
sacks, Darian Howard, David Long, Noble Nwachuku. Hey, I've been practicing. Do you like
Hey,
that?
spell it.
Nwachuku. Rasul Douglas with another interception. Was that like 4 for him this year? So 3 or 4, something like that.
He just keeps getting them.
He does?
That's what I want for him.
Yeah.
That's my Yuletide.
And here's another
wish
conflict
for him.
of agreement with me and Jack. I can imagine we haven't talked about it yet, but we're about to. Elijah Battle played 1 quarter of football. I don't even think he played 1 quarter, and he got kicked out for targeting. Had 5 tackles just in that first quarter. How do you feel about that targeting call?
I mean, do I get put upon for being in the stands and watching the play go down live? Because I can tell you what it looked like. It looked like the receiver. It looked like the receiver was falling backwards or sliding down. And
I can't work with this guy. What did you think?
And Elijah had already launched, had already propelled his body forward into the tackle. Yeah. And it looked like Elijah did everything he was supposed to do.
He did, okay. And I heard yesterday, just as I'm sure you guys did during his press conference. He's not going to tell him to do anything different. He's playing football the way he's taught to play football. But I hate to be that guy.
No, you don't.
I hate to be that guy.
No. You look a lot like that guy.
Per the rule, gentlemen, that was targeting. The rule sucks. I'll give you that. But per the rule,
I don't think so. That's a non-call.
How about you guys were there? I don't know if you got to see this, but did you guys know that Elijah Battle sat in the weight room watching through the glass for the rest of the game?
I didn't know.
Well, no, we were watching the field.
Yeah, you guys were there.
Know that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was a very intense moment, and
I mean, that's awesome.
That was pretty
cool. From Coach's words, baffled on the targeting call.
Yeah.
More so baffled on the review that they still got wrong. Okay, so basically that's, Coach doesn't agree, but he does agree that an official will throw a flag and then do exactly whatever they can do to defend that flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we all agree on that. Nobody likes being wrong.
Was it this week or last week that there was another targeting call on the opposing team? Was it this week?
I don't know about the opposing team. I know Fleming got one last week.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
it sit up the first half.
Both are gonna be a go against Okie State, and I think you nailed it, John. We can't tell a guy to do anything less. He's doing it. He's jumping a play. He's got his head out of the way, out of the frame of the play, not to make head-to-head.
Leading with his hands.
Yeah, and still there's shoulder contact. Unless you believe in like a third shooter theory, all right, down and away or down and back, I mean, you're not going to be able to change a trajectory midair to accommodate somebody's asinine rule, in my opinion.
It's not the Matrix.
Guys, we've talked briefly earlier in the season about Dana being on the hot seat. I don't feel he is now at this point. But
6 wins will change it for you.
Yeah, we're actually going to call Dennis Spangler back here in a couple weeks and see if he still wants Rich Rodriguez back or not.
What's his record?
Like 2-4, maybe. I don't know.
In the back.
Honestly, fellas, what I'm worried about at this point right now, the talk of the Mountaineers amongst the people that are actually giving us props is Tony Gibson and the defense. I'm so afraid at the end of the season somebody's going to come and swipe old Tony up for a head coach.
They're going to be throwing money at him. I guarantee you.
Look, get on and pay no mind to the distant thunder. I mean, we're not in next season. We're talking about them. I mean, we've got a season here where we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I think everybody, players, coaches, fans, we're all committed to going out and knocking this down.
Well,
making
some of us can't go out, Jack. Some of us got to stay home, okay?
You didn't get to go to the game.
I didn't get to go to the game.
He did his best to make it where you can live vicariously through him.
But you got some wonderful footage there.
We try. I'd never been to the practice facility before, so that was kind of
I actually got to seek shelter there whenever we played Marshall in the monsoon.
Oh, wow.
I got to seek shelter in there.
I ran all the way back to the law school.
Gotta
go.
Yeah, I found your sign for the brown lot, and guess what I did? As a double grad, I pulled it down. I pulled it down.
Hey, I hope they're...
Give a plug to Miller's Laundry, the best unknown parking on campus.
Unknown parking, really. Campus security's watching you now, Jack. You go get in trouble.
Hey, look. Where'd you miss that part? Double grad? I'm the guy there.
You are
I'm the guy in old Detroit.
You mentioned it earlier, but we are top 10 in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 in the AP poll.
Poll that matters.
The poll that matters comes out next week.
Yeah, in a week.
And I'm excited about that. I was telling Ted Morrow on 94.1 today that me personally, I feel when the playoff committee gets together next week, given we win this weekend against Oklahoma State, which I think we will, we'll be number 7 in the country. At least. I mean, I'm not going to say we're going to jump a Washington that hasn't lost.
Because that schedule's just tough.
Oh, their schedule's crap, man. They beat Stanford. Who the crap is
Hey,
Stanford?
hey, watch them Saturday.
Whoa.
Utah Utes.
Whoa.
Watch
You
that
think
game.
Utah's going to get them?
Just might.
Whoa, you're being warned. You're being warned.
You've been forewarned.
They're not going to jump Alabama.
No.
No.
Should they.
Yeah.
No, LSU is going to have.
They want to come up.
They're playing Alabama on the 5th.
Look, man.
So
I too think we're going to beat Oklahoma State. Might be a tight game, might be whatever,
It's going to be a
but
tough one on the road.
yeah, it's a tough game on the road. It always is, you
Yeah.
know, because they're either really good or really not.
I
good,
look for number
you
3
know?
to fall this weekend, guys. Clemson is playing Florida State this weekend. And Florida State, after what has happened earlier in the season, they're hungry.
Yeah, they're due.
they're
And
starving.
Clemson stuck by a couple close games. Who was it almost beat them a couple last
NC
week?
State?
Yeah, NC
Yeah,
State almost
like
beat 'em.
what?
Hey,
And then Louisville put the
look,
whip down on NC State.
I'm
I
fine
was
with
like,
this, and anybody that watched Jason Sehorn, go and try to backpedal
We don't speak that name.
as much as he could this weekend. Look, I don't care if we go into Stillwater, beat Oklahoma upside down,
Oklahoma
right-
State.
whatever.
We know. We all know.
There's
All know.
2 teams there, John. They whatever. Anyway, go in there, beat Oklahoma
Yeah.
at home,
Yeah.
State, and come back, and they knock us down to 14. Throw gasoline on this fire. I'm fine with it. We're playing hot ball right now, and polls.
Baylor is ranked number 8, 2 spots ahead of us.
That's great.
6-0,
That's great.
just like we are.
Please be 1 or 2 spots ahead of us when we go and lock horns. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Number 3.
I will give you that. And I honestly, I was telling Mikey earlier today, I think Oklahoma's going to beat Baylor because Baylor hasn't showed me nothing.
Okay.
They're putting up these crazy numbers against these Rices.
Rice,
I
SMUs.
still can't take back from when we started. Oklahoma might still be the best team in the
Yeah,
Big
they have
12.
the best athletes in the
just
conference.
don't have the best record.
Exactly.
You know, that's not to take anything away from Oklahoma State or any of the other teams we have yet to play. We got 6 games, baby, and it's still a hard road to hoe.
Louisville, they got Houston this week or next week, but that's not a credible game anymore. I mean, Houston's
They just
already
lost to
again.
SMU.
It's
Yeah.
hey,
So that-
look, it's not a credible game unless Houston busts them by
Yeah.
a field goal.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a
Then-
credible
Yeah, very
game.
credible game again.
And then they're number 5 in the country. Louisville is 6-1. They lost to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they should be number 5. This is the way I look at it. With the Alabamas, the Michigans, the Ohio States, Clemsons, the Texases of the world, you guys have earned your spot, I guess. What the
Bought
heck?
it, maybe.
Bought it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
bought
why
that
is Louisville
spot.
still there? Because Lamar Jackson. That's why Louisville is still there.
Yeah.
Ohio State loses to an unranked Penn State, and is still ranked number 6 in the country. Can you explain that to me?
I mean,
Money talks.
yeah. I mean, it shows that the
Program.
devil probably still has influence on the game. I mean,
Where's Jim Tressel at? He got his fingers in something.
get them before the sanctions do.
I'm keeping an eye out on Wisconsin. I think they're going to make a comeback. They lost to Michigan and Ohio State, but they still got, I think, Nebraska.
What was that quote from the other week?
Uh,
Wisconsin's losses are better than West Virginia's.
Yeah.
Please.
Wisconsin looks better
Come on.
losing. Come on.
Come on.
that's the old
What you
Seahawks
got?
buddy again, huh?
Yeah. Hey,
Jason.
That guy.
Hey, hit me again. I'm just getting into this.
Oklahoma State. Talk a little bit about the Big 12, gentlemen. Oklahoma State beat Kansas 44-20, which, given the way the Big 12 is going this year, that's any given day with Kansas. I can't remember who it was they was neck and neck with. Was it TCU?
TCU beat him by 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point.
One
Yeah.
point.
Kansas State, we've already put old Bill Snyder 1 foot in the ground.
Got him by 1 point.
Beat Texas 24-21, which was very close.
Yeah.
Charlie Strong, I look at Texas like I look at LSU. They're going to get the recruits.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
You have to put them in a position to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because they've underperformed for whatever their standard is, they're more than likely going to fire Charlie at the end of this year. In my opinion, it's a mistake.
I heard the athletic director say, well, obviously they can say what they want, but he said the first game of the season, Charlie Strong will be walking out with the team. That don't mean that he's not going to be a coach anymore. But
And 6 games deep in the roster, 7, whatever they are, I have no belief in anything an AD has to say about anything right now at all.
right, it's still early. I mean, even though we are 6-0 and we're coming into week 9,
A lot of football yet to
a lot
play.
of football has to be played.
Half of it.
Guys, I don't know if you
Yeah,
watched the
yeah.
Texas Tech Oklahoma game. Oklahoma won 66-59. 66-59.
Where
Patrick
defense at, though?
Mahomes, you know, the team that we held to 300 some yards
17
total
points,
offense.
Well,
Yeah, 17 points.
about 17 points.
Yeah, 17.
Patrick Mahomes alone, 819 yards against Oklahoma.
I think
So you know what that tells me?
there's nothing wrong with his shoulder. They was talking
Yeah,
about
arm
his
got healed up.
yeah. Hurt up real quick.
You know what that tells me, though?
And lick a defense.
There's not no defense. And like I said earlier about Tony Gibson and the defense, we are the hot commodity right now. And I think they broke or tied 7 records in that game, NCAA records. 1,708 yards total.
Half of them was probably ours. Did you ever play Baylor? Gino?
I like what Coach Gibson said. He said our guys, they want to pressure a lot more than I do. And when we're at our best, we're putting heat on people and playing fast and getting after people. And they talk a little bit about that's part of the synergy of our team this year. I get really scared about watchwords like synergy or
I don't know what that word means, so it don't bother me.
It's just a nonsense word like brainstorm or tax relief, things like that. They're just made up words. They don't really mean
something to make you feel
anything.
better.
Yeah,
Using a word,
but he's right, and he kind of attributed that to the defense playing off the offense and vice versa, playing off special teams and everybody on this common goal that we were mentioning before, and saying that the offense gives the defense a lot of leeway to pressure and, as he says, put heat on them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a real asset. That's not something that we've seen for a few seasons.
It's been a while. To go back to the Oklahoma and Texas Tech real quick, just to put this into perspective exactly. We held Texas Tech to 379 total yards. Now, mind you, Patrick Mahomes' shoulder was messed up, so they say, whatever.
Yeah. All right,
Oklahoma allowed 854 yards. So, does that mean we're going to put up like 1,600 yards against
I don't
Oklahoma?
want to read too much into
I'm
it.
not living by the
don't
numbers,
read
guys.
anything
I'm not living
into
by
it,
the
but
numbers, but
Numbers don't lie.
Tell me this, though. Before that game, did they get together in the locker room and be like, hey, guys, this will be funny. Let's not play a lick of defense all day.
Let's break every record ever.
Kind of like the conversation we had with Baylor a couple years back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was watching a video game.
Yeah.
Technically, Super Bowl's what it looked like.
Yeah.
But that's a look at Week 8, guys. That's in the books. We're moving on to Week 9. We got Oklahoma State this weekend. Kansas State's going to Iowa State. Texas Tech going to TCU, which I'm interested to see that game. Mm-hmm. Baylor is going to Texas. I think Charlie Strong is going to beat Baylor. I hope they don't, because like you said, I want Baylor to be ranked when we get to them.
One notch higher. Watch them fall that far.
I'm afraid that if Baylor falls off and we go undefeated, we're still
that's not going
to be left out of the
playoff.
playoff.
But we'll get there.
Is anybody playing right now for the playoffs at Game 6? Because if you are, let me tell you a few things.
You sound like Dana Holgerson. That's what he was saying to everybody.
How about that Tech game? You think Mahomes' shoulder will be healed by then, or
I don't know.
You think it'll be okay?
You want to throw it on NCAA and we'll see what happens? Because that's kind of how I think things are decided this season.
How much money you got?
I mean,
how much money you got? We ain't got much money. Since we don't, let's go ahead and check out our sponsor there, guys. We'll be right back and we'll throw some trivia at you guys.
Yes, sir.
The Mountaineer Ramble, sponsored in part by El Mariachi, Mexican restaurant and cantina on Airport Road in Beaver. Open 7 days a week, offering a mouth-watering array of delicious Mexican cuisine. Stop by and see Jay and Jose, and you'll see for yourself why El Mariachi was voted the best Mexican restaurant in southern West Virginia. El Mariachi will spice up your day.
If you guys haven't had a chance to go check out El Mariachi in Beaver, please do. Some amazing food and amazing people out there. It really is.
Delicios. Ooh. Wrong language. Well, it's
Delicioso? That's right, ain't it?
I
heard that. I learned that on Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
Por favor.
No, por favors.
Right. Yeah.
Por favor.
Oh,
go down there and get a plate.
Yeah, good stuff. Really is. Good people, too.
Good.
Tell them Mountaineer Ramble sent you down there.
Yes, sir.
We had a little trivia last week, Jack.
Yes, we did.
And nobody sent us an answer, so does that mean I win?
I mean, it has in weeks past.
Okay. Since nobody sent us an answer, can you go ahead and tell these fine, lazy folk that didn't send no answer in
Certainly. Send in an answer. We don't be checking or nothing.
No, we didn't go fact check you, nothing.
Literally, Mr. Connery, write down something and send it in. Sold for 1,000. Yes, Mr. Connery. That's
Anyway, what was
words.
our question last week, Jacko? And what was
All
the
right, question from last week. Who, Ramble fans, broke Fulton Walker's NFL record for punt returns in a single season? That is 692 in 1985. Answer: Desmond Howard with 870 punt return yards in 1996.
I know that guy.
Desmond Howard. He is a Michigan alum, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
He's one of them talking heads.
Yeah,
right?
game day.
Yeah. He was laughing at us today. Or yesterday.
Ah, that's fine.
But anyway, what you got on the chop block for this week, Jack?
All right, Ramble fans, here we go. So this is a fairly easy one. How many Division 1A intercollegiate varsity sports does WVU compete in as a member of the Big 12 concert?
Oh, great question.
Send your answers in. Get you some swag.
Ramble.
Well, big swag.
Ramble, Daddy-O.
Swaggy.
Wow, that's a tough question there. I couldn't tell you that.
Take a guess, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'd throw one out there.
Hey, old Dad likes to gamble, right?
Yeah. Well,
Who
I'm
don't?
trying to get over that. I've been going to class and everything, Jack.
Class to gamble?
Class to learn how
Who's
to
that,
gamble.
man?
It's kind of a magic / gambling class.
Is that dude out
It's a good
there?
way- it's a
The
good way to
3
get
cards and all that?
That's the guy.
No,
He's all right,
He's on
man.
at GA, at Gamblers Anonymous, ain't
No,
you?
no, I'm not
Up there
going
at
to
the VA?
Georgia. Why would I go to Georgia? All they do is lose.
GA down GD.
Yes, or GA at the VA. What do you say?
Guys, you guys are out of control. If you guys got an answer to that, get a hold of us on Twitter at WVU Ramble. On Facebook now, Mountaineer Ramble. Speaking of Facebook, guys, in about 12 days, we've got 1,250, 60 likes. Thank you. That's awesome. We really appreciate that.
Or
Or you,
expected more.
well, I mean, you get what you get. It's like old Mick Jagger said, you can't always get what you want.
Exile on Main Street changed my life.
Give him some shelter.
Fan antagonism is my department, though.
Give him
By
shelter. You want me to paint it black while I'm at it?
Yes, please.
law. Oh, my.
Or you guys can email us directly at Mountaineer Ramble at gmail.com. But anyway, since Jack's all riled up, we're going to go ahead and cut away here and check out Crackback Jack's disappointment of the week.
Hey.
Hey everybody, you got Crackback Jack here. Before we get into the disappointment of the week, I'll say the not disappointment of the week and give a shout out to 6 WVU players who were selected for All Big 12. So that is right tackle Colton McKivitz, center Tyler Orlovsky. Got a couple of D-backs. You've got Antonio Crawford and Razul Douglas. And punter Billy Kinney. And kick returner Shelton Gibson for special teams. So, hey, way to go, guys. Way to play hard and way to represent WVU. Really appreciate you. All right, now what you've been waiting for this week's Crackback Jack's Disappointment of the Week. And all I can say is this week it was a pretty good week in football until you get out to Colorado defeating Stanford 10-5. What can I say about this? Cool baseball score, bro. Borrow some offense from the Cubbies. All right. Hey, John, can you cue up Yakety Sax? Gives these people out there that watch that game something to cheer about. Jamie.
Yeah, I remember seeing the final on the scroll on TV, and I was like, "What sport are they talking about there?" Then I said it was football. 10-5.
I mean, God knows, west of the Mississippi, I really don't want good things for football fans. It's just me.
Yeah.
Some say I'm bitter, but 10-5. Kind of think people that bought those tickets, if they're as inflated and exorbitant as what we get stuck for here, deserve more than 10-5.
10-4.
Yeah.
I like defense just as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sure. I mean, if we're playing helmets off and you can clothesline people, I get 10-5. I get that then.
that reminds me of old Mutant League football. You remember that for Sega Genesis? Did you ever play that?
No, I don't really.
Mutant League football.
I don't know if you know this about me or not. I don't really like football that much.
Oh,
You're like
you're just here for the paycheck, right?
Yeah, really.
We're getting. You guys are getting paid because I'm not.
Yeah.
Or I thought it was that EP.
Cherry soda.
Stealing all them dolls.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we have the privilege of talking to Nick O'Toole, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with him.
Boom Stash Incorporated.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we got Mr. Boom Stash himself, Nick O'Toole, on the line. Nick, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Just hanging out here in good old Beckley, West Virginia. I hear you was here in the state there this past weekend.
Yes, sir. My dad and I just got back last night, actually. We had to go watch the Mountaineers kick a little frog tail.
How you like that Mike Molina? He's doing a pretty good job. Or I'm sorry, not Mike Molina.
Billy Kenny.
Billy Kenny. He's doing a pretty good job, eh?
Both of them are doing really well right now, and I'm really happy for both of them. You know, I roomed with Mikey the last 2 years I was there, so it was good
cool.
to see him do well.
Oh, so you guys are kind of buds then, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool, man. You probably can't tell me anything, but did you caught any wind on what happened with Josh Lambert by any chance?
I would not comment on that.
I didn't figure you would, man. You can't.
Had to ask, brother. Had to ask.
Had to.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds and such.
Yeah. Well, what you got going on these days, man?
Right now, I'm just training. I'll work out like 4 days a week and kick 3 days, and I started subbing at my high school just to have some money in my pocket.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I bet
just
that's
waiting
pretty
on the
fun.
ball.
Right on. So in 2012, you were playing at Fullerton College in Southern California. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Fullerton Junior College.
How did old California kid end up coming to West Virginia? I mean, it just baffles my mind. I mean, you're all the way on the other side of the nation.
Yeah.
Did you have some people reaching out over here, or did Dana and Company reach out to you over there, or how'd that work?
Well, I didn't get a scholarship out of high school, so I went to junior college at Fullerton for my first year, and then I went to a gigging camp in Vegas after my first season at Fullerton, and then Defo contacted Coach DeForest, contacted the kind of guy who put on the camp, and my name was in that bunch, and that next week I think I was on a visit and committed on the visit.
Oh, sweet, dude. So
The rest is history.
kind of just went in your favor then, huh?
Exactly.
Well, I know on behalf of Mountaineer Nation here, we really appreciate what you did, man. You did a real good job while you were here, brother.
Well, I appreciate it.
I got 2 quick ones for you, Nick, if you got time.
Yeah, for sure.
In 6 games from last year to the 6 games we played this year, what can you say as somebody who was one of our real assets on special teams? What do you think about them? What do you think's most improved on that end of the ball?
I mean, I think just the solid kicks right now. Mikey's doing a good job of hitting touchbacks, and I think Billy's doing a great job. This past week, I think he had 2 inside the 5, which is huge for, our defense to start out with.
Totally.
TCU backed up inside the 5. That's awesome. And, I've talked with Billy a little bit because the first couple games he was hitting a couple touchbacks on little pooch punts. And so I was kind of giving him a hard time. I was like, man, you got to work on that a little bit. So
Nothing wrong with that, man.
yeah, so I think kicking-wise we're doing well. I mean, guys are covering it. One of the punts that Billy hit inside the 5, our coverage team was like, he caught the ball.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
That's big time.
So I think that's huge because, I mean, our special teams always takes huge pride in just, coverage and making sure our kickers have the best ability and capability to hit good balls.
Totally. Right. Nick, are there any moments that really stand out in your mind from Morgantown? Not necessarily on the field, but just in general, being here in West Virginia, is there anything that really stands out in your mind?
For me, I think just coming from California, I mean, it was a total culture shock to me.
All right.
But, I mean, I wouldn't change anything in the world. Morgantown's a beautiful place, and being able to travel around West Virginia, going down to Elijah Woolman's house in southern West Virginia and going to the Eastern Panhandle when we had practice for those spring games and stuff. Just seeing that amazing country, and, when we win, and like we're doing right now, everything gets that much more fun. I'm sure you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
But, a couple off the field, just being with the guys, just everybody that in Morgantown and part of the team, and even just civilians are amazing people, and I'm really lucky and glad that I had the privilege of calling them friends and calling that place my home for a couple years.
Like I said, brother, we really appreciated having you. I know I was in San Jose, California there for about 3 months when I was about 19. You talked about the culture change. It's a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Northern California is a little different than Southern California as well, but yeah, still a huge change. And I mean, it was great to have that though, and just being able to go experience that.
Right on. Fellas, you got anything else? I'm gonna ask you one more question, but I'll see if you guys want to.
Well, I'll pop my second one. It's
Yeah,
kind
throw it in
of
there.
on there. Real quick, just for our gastronomers there in the Morgantown area, plug your favorite place to eat, drink, or cavort in Motown.
I mean, I love Keglers. I love Los Mariachis. Place to go after a big win is Backdoor. All the football players love hanging out there, so it's always good to have those friendly faces there. But those are kind of my go-tos when I come back in town.
Attaboy.
We keep winning and the ticket prices keep going up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be hitting McDonald's and the dollar menu on the way home. You know what I mean? Most people know you as the kicking guy for the Mountaineers with the amazing facial hair. Was there something that inspired the mustache? I know you went back to the beard. But, that was a very iconic look. People, even with the beard, people's like, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Is there anything that inspired that, or is it just something you was like, hey, I'm going to grow it out and see what happens?
For me, in high school, I went to a private high school, so we weren't allowed to grow any facial hair. And unfortunately for me, I had to shave, every day going to school. So when I went to college, I went to West Virginia, I had that long hair, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to grow a mustache and just look absurd.
That was awesome.
And everybody loved it, and so I had to keep doing a different thing each year. So I did the regular mustache, then did the handlebars the second year, and then I thought, I got to be a Mountaineer, and so I went with the big beard
That
the
was
last
beautiful.
year.
Oh, that was great, man. I seen a picture of you earlier. I don't know if you remember taking it or not. You had some, looked like some pants that was about 4 inches too short on you. You had a pair of USA socks on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
That was great, dude. The pose just says 70s porn star all over it. Man.
That's what the mustache says as well, so it works out.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, it's a win-win,
Exactly.
Well, Nick, we won't keep you anymore, brother, but we really appreciate you having you on the Mountaineer Ramble, man, and hopefully we'll see you in the league here in the next couple of years, brother.
Hopefully, man. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
Good luck, Nick.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Always good to catch up with former Mountaineers, especially people such as Nick and Isaiah Bruce that's still trying to make the league and get in there and do their thing. I'd love to see them at that next level. Keep fighting, brother. You get there. I mean, you was very impressive here, and I'm sure a lot of coaches around the nation were kicking themselves in the hind end when they seen what what you were capable of. But anyway, guys, 6-0. Oklahoma State this weekend. We are going to Stillwater, and we're going to be 7-0. I'm just going to say it. I ain't going to beat around the bush.
He said it.
Who said it?
You did.
I
You
did.
said it.
I did.
7-0.
I'm 7 of them.
Okay.
7-0.
9 and 7.
We got to go down there and try to tackle Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph.
OMR.
Number 2. That's he's all right. I mean, he's been there for a couple years, so he knows what Mike Gundy's got going on.
Yeah. Kind of running Dana's old system. That's
right.
Yeah.
I think Gundy and that's the thing about the Big 12 coaches. You got Gundy. I mean, it's a Mike Leach league essentially. I mean, if you think about it, I mean,
they got a cadre there, man.
Oh yeah,
they all came up the same way, except for Coach Snyder, who
he's been around since like 1960, 1860.
It's like Mumra. Remember Mumra from Thundercats?
I don't know.
He's all wheezing around.
Don't judge me, but I never did Thundercats.
I'm gonna judge a little bit. I mean, you got me on Mutant League football. I get you on Thundercats.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. What do you got?
You're
like 17. You ain't got nothing we don't know.
Hey, look.
Yeah. What do we need to do? I think
protect the ball, most importantly.
Definitely.
Special teams.
Yeah.
Special teams. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Like Gibby says, play loose, play fast, go out there, turn the heat on.
Don't be worrying about no Oklahoma yet.
Speaking of special teams, I'll just throw this stat out there. In the FPI index, I don't know how much you guys look into that.
I don't.
Wow. I love it for pie.
WVU is 121st on special teams, and Oklahoma State is number 6. 121st on special teams. By God, we wasn't last weekend. I'll tell you what, 2 forced fumbles on special teams. I mean,
well, yeah, you got
that number's dated, I believe.
Not to defend, ridiculous analytics on this game, but Coach even threw this out there. Razul makes a great play, gets an interception.
Right.
We don't capitalize on it. So we've done that too many times this season. Right.
If you get a chance to stab him in the jugular, stab him in the jugular.
Well, you see what happened when we went out and recovered that kickoff, and instantly,
3 plays later?
Yeah, 3 plays. Yeah, we're in the end zone. They didn't have much for us after that, honestly. We started pulling away then.
We had our foot on the throat from the jump.
So, I mean, that means something. That's a big momentum swing that just steals the thunder right there. So, yeah, there could be something to that. Who knows? I mean, that's some guy that punts on 3rd down putting that together. And come on.
Punts on 3rd down? You got to be a special kind of guy to punt on 3rd down.
Hey, and he'll go and defend his brand of football because punting is winning.
You don't win
unless field control. That's field control, right?
That's a shout out to my brothers.
I know they are giving us this FPI index, whoever is ahead of that or whatever, is giving us a 7% chance to win out, which is ridiculous in my opinion.
I don't think that was too many games.
It's ridiculous to think about a percentage to win out at 6 games deep in the season.
Yeah, like Jack said earlier, what was it? We're halfway through.
We're halfway right now.
We're living on a prayer?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it seems longer because we had the 2 bye weeks. But honestly, we're halfway in the season.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
As far as actual days go, it has been.
Well, in 2006, the last time we was ranked?
Yep,
or
10 years. 10 years. Best start in 10 years.
And think about it.
Think about White and friends, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, him and his friends.
Think about this. You've got early part of the season. We had a scare with BYU, pretty much handled. Even though it wasn't a very attractive game against Missouri, I don't think there was much chance. Yeah, we got it done. They had some trees out there.
Youngstown State went to the half tied up. Okay. Which was nervous.
So what are we looking at right now? We've got 2 games that we pretty much think we're going to win. I mean, you got your Kansas and you got your Iowa State right now, okay? Not calling either of those teams out. I've defended both of those teams this season, but for us to be in our position, we've got to think of those as what we have to win, right?
Yep.
You got 4 games that you at least have to split, right? If you win 3 of those 4 games, you're pretty much the truth. You win out, well, that's some nonsense fairy tale land. That to me, that 7% is fine. Who cares? Who cares? Game in, game out. Next game, we play Okie State.
Since we're back on Okie State, a couple guys to keep an eye out on. Justice Hill is a running back. Rennie Childs is a running back. couple wide receivers, James Washington, Jalen McClinsky, Jawan Seals, Chris Lacey. Just a couple guys to keep an eye on. It's going to be insane in Stillwater. They have a nice fan base down there. I know that the Texas Tech game, as soon as we started pulling away by like 2 scores, the place pretty much scattered. I mean, it was...
Well, there's all kinds of teams in Texas.
Yeah.
I respect Oklahoma State coming out and wanting to at least make a bid to be the team in.
They're
in
5-2, and you could realistically.
I like that about them.
They're 5-2, but technically they should be 6-1 because that Central Michigan.
Yeah,
game,
that was a mess.
They said it was a mess up on their behalf.
There you go. Look at him over there.
A win is a win, a loss is a loss.
Right. I mean, you can't do anything with it now. I mean, they're not going to give our safety back.
It wasn't a safety. Oh my! That's my disappointment of the week.
Just saying.
Oh, I am
We're
disappointed.
going to get Jack to the eye doctor, get them glasses checked
okay.
again. Is what we're going to have to do.
Hey, did you get good reception in here?
I got good reception.
Did the direct come in all right?
It come in fine.
It's hot?
It was nice.
Yeah.
Actually, I was mad because I don't remember what game it was, but one of them was finishing up before ours come on.
Right.
And I missed the first couple minutes of the game. So I didn't even get to watch the strip at the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
That was a great play.
I seen it later, but
what happened right in front of me, that's why I know.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah, it's gorgy.
That's sweet.
it was gorgy.
One thing to think about, we'll wrap up on Oklahoma State. You shouldn't call them OSU.
Yeah, people will get
that's Ohio State.
It really does.
Won
17 out of their last 22 games.
That's something to remember.
Yeah,
we've had a decent season right here. Signature victory. Might be the toughest team right now until you get to Oklahoma.
Yeah, and on the road.
But on the same token, how many games had Texas Tech won by 50 points at home?
Oh yeah, they was averaging 55 points at home.
Sure.
So
I believe we have the potential and the talent and the coaching to go to Stillwater and win by double digits easily. It's if they let the hype get into their head. That's why I hate this point. We're 6-0. Are these kids going to start letting it get to their head?
Are they going to start watching ESPN and listening to what the Jason Seahorns of the world are saying about them?
Like Jack said, he's backtracking now. Paul Feinbaum today, he was giving us props, and Paul Feinbaum always talks smack about us. I don't want you to praise us.
I saw some of that, what Feinbaum was saying, and I like where it came from that. He's not taking back what he said before. He's applauding the way we're playing right now, which is, I think, the way we got to think about it. We got a spirit right now.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, right now.
That's exactly right. Right now.
And here's the thing. Cowboys, they're great on all 3 sides of the ball right now, playing good ball. Guess what? We are too. Let's go down there, see who's got it. Yeah. Straight up.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want
Cowboys bring our pistols, bring our muskets.
Don't ever interrupt me when I'm singing Paul Abdul. What is wrong with you?
Somebody was calling.
Paul Abdul. See, they don't even know no Paul Abdul.
Somebody wrote up.
You're my American Idol.
Somebody was calling them the Pokes today.
I've heard that.
I got a giggle out of that.
At my company I work for, I'm not going to drop any names, but one of our main employees, she's like a secretary / saleswoman person type deal. She lives in Oklahoma, and she is a big Poke fan, as she says.
They're a great team to play NCAA with because they got a great color scheme. Also,
that's cute, ain't it? Orange.
Oregon Beavers, they look great out there, right? Oregon State. Something about state schools in orange. I don't know.
Oregon, is that still a thing? I know they got cool uniforms there with the ducks and all, but is that,
they still play football out there? Actually Oregon. I don't know. They changed the color scheme.
Oh, it's actual Oregon, Oregon?
Yeah, no, that's Corvallis.
I'm confusing myself, Zach.
Yeah. So, anywho, bring her back home. Right now, we're ranked number 1 Big 12 power rankings.
How you doing?
Oklahoma State ranked number 4. Could be the best game this weekend.
Well, number 4 is an iconic number, so you got to watch when you see the 4. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan. I got called on that earlier today. Something to do with something I said.
You're all the time posting Ric Flairs on the internet.
I am. Greatness, To be the man, you got to beat the man.
You got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo! Right here! Sorry.
So we're giving 1 point. So we're 1 point favorite. So giving Giving Okie State 1 point. So we'll see how it
There we
goes,
are in a
man.
nutshell, guys. I say Mountaineers are going to win 35-17.
I'm going to take 35-31.
Okay, you think it's going to be a lot closer?
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
What are you thinking?
32-14. Mountaineers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I need to throw that on.
Yeah.
Good guys.
Yeah, good guys. I
Good
didn't
guys.
think that either.
Hey, all the props to them in the world.
Send no Cowboy
Curly Bill
Ramble.
Brocious as your mascot. That's great. Cool. Whatever.
He tried to turn the Mountaineer Ramble into the Cowboy Stampede or something over here. I don't know if he's...
He's poking around with something. I don't know
what the heck's going
Hey,
on.
y'all telling stories about people from Oklahoma. I don't know nobody from Oklahoma, man. Ain't never been
I don't
there.
know you.
I know.
Hey,
Anyway,
real
guys.
quick before we
Yeah,
get
go ahead,
out.
before we get out of here,
I
what's
know
up?
you're rolling, baby, but let's do some bowl chatter real quick. Some of this changed, some of it's still just obscure. And
I heard
nonsensical.
one. I heard Western Michigan.
I'm in
and
Alamo
some-
Bowl.
I got the Alamo Bowl, the Valermo Alamo Bowl against Washington State.
Oh, that might be
Mike
interesting.
Leach.
Could be something.
Oh,
Could
Mike
be
Leach.
something.
That would actually be very cool.
That would be.
That was previously the
The-
Cactus Bowl versus Colorado State, which Colorado State, the other team in what?
I didn't know that.
That was
I don't
neat.
know that was a thing. Russell
That's deep,
Athletic
isn't it?
Bowl
Check it.
against Florida State, that remains the same. Cotton Bowl versus Western Michigan.
That's what I'll say.
Could be something. That was previously the Alamo Bowl versus USC. I don't think that's going to be a thing. Sugar Bowl versus Texas A&M.
Didn't we
Shoot
play them
out.
last year, the year before last,
Yeah.
or something?
We
And they got us,
played
didn't they?
them before.
They got us. It was a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind that one.
Alamo Bowl, that was previously the Alamo Bowl versus Utah. Sugar Bowl, to be announced. Previously Russell Athletic Bowl by the ESPN picker there. Florida State, Alamo Bowl versus Utah, yeah. And then Russell Athletic Bowl versus Miami.
I don't like the Athletic Bowl, Russell Athletic Bowl. We've been there, done that, but I wouldn't mind getting a stab at Miami again.
Well, it's a shot up. That was previously the Liberty Bowl versus Tulane, which is basically the Disrespect Bowl. But nothing against
Did you
Tulane.
know that- did you
Great
know that-
academic school.
Did you know that
you
Carly Simon wrote a song about them?
about
Tulane. Oh, Tulane. But you think
Can I leave?
song-
Can I please
No,
leave?
we got some
Well,
tickets
Warren
to give
Beatty
away.
helped
Oh,
here.
We got some
hey.
tickets to give away, boys.
Let's do it.
All right. We've been doing a thing on Facebook and Twitter for the last couple weeks, guys. Told you if you guys followed some simple instructions, well, quasi-simple instructions,
Simple-ish.
you could be eligible to win two WVU versus Kansas Jayhawk tickets for November 5th in Morgantown. And we have the names right here.
Yes, sir.
And we got close to, I think it was 84, 85 entries, which is pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and let Jacko dip in the hat here and see what he can come up with. And we'll see what happens. Go ahead,
All
Jack.
right.
See what you got, brother.
Let's do it. Oh, all right. I'm righty. Wasn't fooling anybody. Mikey Covey.
You can't win the tickets. What'd you put your name in that hat for?
I can't.
I know you shared it, but you can't win the tickets. You part of the show.
Nobody told me. I like football.
Throw that away. I like football too, but
I take you with me.
give me that back right there.
You terrible, and you terrible too.
Terrible.
Go ahead and draw another one then, since me and Mikey can't go. Dun, dun. Hold on, let's give him a drum roll. Your drum rolls suck. You just quit. You just stop.
Oh.
7 1/8. 7 1/8.
Bingo!
Yeah, nobody gets up.
Well,
See, Mikey.
3.1 for apple pie.
I should have said like flexible size, one size. I don't know what.
Clicky
that
pen.
means.
Clicky pen.
Flexible urethra tube.
All right, we do have a winner. It's at Tammy, TAMI, capital WVU.
All right, she's on the Twitter. She shares and retweets a lot of our stuff. That is great, Tammy. We will get a hold of you and find out how to get you the tickets.
Is that Jack Theratrix's cousin?
Possibly. I don't know.
At Tammy
There's a
WVU.
She's one of them people that Mike Leach taught how to play football, coach football. I don't know.
Oh,
Put them in
boy.
that dark room.
Anyway, guys, we're going to be continuing to do giveaways this year. next year. Just keep following the Ramble. You never know what you're going to win. Tammy, if you can get into Morgantown the night before, they're going to be doing the roast of Don Nealon. That's going to be a lot of fun. But that pretty much wraps it up here today, guys. For Mikey Covey, Jack Kincaid, I'm John Covey. Until next week, guys, ramble on.
Ramble on.